Hello, welcome back to the TI8 closed regional qualifiers. We're big league now, boys. We're big league. This is where we are. All right, we got Team Singularity versus Team and BlinkPool in this best of one, and I've just realized that my team names are completely wrong. There we go. Beastmaster. Alright, here we go. Now we've got that sorted, let's get down to business and get into this draft. This is Team Singularity versus BlinkPool. That's right, both of these teams opening games in the regional qualifiers, and they are both jostling for the spot in the playoffs to make it to TI8. Every player's biggest dreams. The whole year has been walking up to this, and well, let's see what we got. So Team Singularity, they're going to open up with a Warlock and the Beastmaster, a bit more normal than what we saw last game. Meanwhile, BlinkPool, they go with the Clockwork, and then the Veno in the first phase. So not messing around with his Venomancer pick, as they take it up nice and early. Now, of course, BlinkPool, previously 5 Dogs, previously Mad Lads, previously, I can't remember, Sindlil or something I think they were called. I don't know. They've been through a lot of iterations, of course, ditching a player here and there, shedding off a few players. Taking up Misery, taking up Saxo as well, and here we are. Kaiser, Kezu, Madara, Saxa, and Misery. There's a lot of potential in this team, but can they reach it in time for TI8? That is a big question, and that's what we've been asking a lot of teams, especially the you know, Wargaming, OG, EG, all of these guys who have come in with brand new rosters and basically looking to go. Certainly interesting. Meanwhile, Team Singularity, again, still haven't fixed their flag. I don't know if this is deliberate just to annoy people, but it's just white space in the bottom of their flag. Anyway, it annoys me so much, you know, just turn it into a PNG, guys. Turn it into a PNG. It's not hard. Anyway, Team Singularity, they're Solon, they're Bashruk, Mastermind, Anderson, and Mikey. You know, kind of a lot of players who have been hanging around the EU Tier 2 scene for a long time, looking to find their breakaway, looking to find their moment in the spotlight, and this may well be it. International qualifiers. Where else is better to prove yourself? So all the strats going to be coming in now. What I like is that you've got
Radiant team, Dire team pick.
these teams which are like teams like OG, EG, and of course all the invited teams to TI. They're going to be holding their strats. They're going to be waiting. They're going to be sitting on their special you know, their secrets to winning. Meanwhile, the regional teams, they got to throw everything out now, because if they don't win these, then they're not going to get to TI. So they can't afford to hold on to any of these strats. So we've seen some pretty interesting stuff coming out. Notably, I don't know if you guys watched the qualifiers yesterday. Yesterday night, well, I guess it would have been this morning, but SA, we had a team, I think it was Thunder Awakening, and this team is pretty interesting, actually. They picked a Husker, they picked a Meepo, they picked a Broodma, I think I can't remember. Anyway, they've just been, like, kind of cheesing out, but they're such well-executed cheese drafts that you can't even call them cheese drafts anymore. Pretty interesting stuff, and well, Team Singularity, they're going for a pretty normal draft so far. I do see a line coming out from BlinkPool, which is pretty exciting. Obviously, someone wanting to get the kills up on their Immortal. I'm sure that's a reason. Yeah, Venomancer, not usual first pick material, but clearly BlinkPool have a plan with the Clock Veno. Interesting opening. See how it goes for them. Team Singularity, you know, they play a decent amount of heroes. You know, I think they really love this OD though. But you gotta wait till last pick if you want to pick an OD. I feel you can't pick it too early.
Dire team pick.
And there comes out a Rubik from Team Singularity, so that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing this Rubik pick up. Can't remember who plays it, if it's Solon.
10 seconds remaining.
Might be Maya. I'm not sure who played it.
Remaining.
Team Singularity, you know, they swap about a wee bit. And there's some pretty good spells to steal. You got a Clockwork, you got a Venomancer, you got a Lion. You know, these guys, any spell you steal of these guys is going to be pretty good. Love to get the Plague Wards. Any spell like that, which Rubik can kind of leave down and then pick up another spell. And then, you know, the effects of the old one linger. That's always nice. So yeah, and also a nice response actually with the Nullfield. Going to be really good versus Venomancer and Lion. The magic damage these two are going to be putting out. Nullfield will help out a lot against that. And also if you turn it aggressively, you know, with the Ember Spirit as well. That guy can do a lot of damage. You know, one thing I've seen is Rubik's which put it on aggressive, and then the Ember will just jump in with his Remnants, get that extra damage coming down, and then switch it to defensive for the rest of the fight, because the slow tick damage from the Venomancer, you know, it's going to take a while to come into effect. Oh. Hello. Wasn't expecting this. Alrighty. We're going to have an Invoker coming out from BlinkPool, so they are going pretty ham on this draft. They say, well, I see you, Rubik. You want some spells? Here's some spells. And they pick up the Spellmaster himself. Oh, this is exciting.
Dire team ban.
So Faces Boyd banned out from Singularity. Definitely in need of some physical damage on the side of BlinkPool. Meanwhile, yeah, Team Singularity also. They're both just looking for these strong right-click carries. I could see a Luna coming out from Singularity, maybe. Quite nice to get the auras stacking, the Inner Beast and the... I don't actually know what Luna's aura is called. I'm gonna guess it's called, like... I'm just gonna... Moonlight Aura, why not? No. I can't remember. Team Singularity, of course, been around for a while. BlinkPool, I mean, they've been hanging around these kind of 3 core players with some others. They've been about for a while as well, but some big names in BlinkPool. They definitely want to try and make it at least to the playoffs. I'll be very disappointed in themselves if they can't at least do that. And there comes the PL ban, and they're going to pick up the Luna. There you go. Called it. So Team Singularity now, they're going to need something... I mean, part of me wants to say Morphling, but at the same time, then you're really stacking out the magic damage. But then again, Morphling doesn't have to do magic damage. I can kind of feel like... Or Morph wouldn't be bad. I just like it because, whilst obviously the disarm hurts, you know, if you've got a shotgun, then that's not all you need. You can also just morph strength still. There's no, like, hard lockdown here for that. You know, they're actually pretty light on the whole lockdown side of things. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can get away with the morph pick, but maybe they go for something more solid. Maybe they go for something like a... I don't know, what are the carries that we've been seeing around recently? I feel like the Troll's just too squishy. Gonna get blown up pretty quickly by Invoker. You don't want anybody who can just be comboed down by Invoker, it's a problem. That's not how you want your carry to go down in the team fights. And, oh, okay. You pick Invoker, we pick Broodmother, and that's gonna be a Mikey hero. Hello. Oh yeah, so it is Bashrak on the Rubik. Nice to see, nice to see. Kaiser Invoker, though. It's going to be an exciting one. Again, interesting draft. And as I said, these teams, you know, they've got their ace in the hole and they're pulling them out now. They're getting going with these games. Not holding back. Very well then, let's get into it. I mean, Mikey is going to have to find a pretty dominant game on this Brood. But... hard to say. Anyway, let's see how it goes down. I feel like Luna does pretty well versus the Broodmother. Once she gets a bit of damage up, she can just pay off those Spiderlings. Of course, the Spiderlings not giving as much damage as they did, as much gold as they did before, so it's less of an issue. But still, could be could be an issue for Mikey on this brood, but I'm sure they've thought of that. Meanwhile, you've got the Ember, who it's basically just going to be running. I feel like he's probably going to be running towards the Invoker and trying to get him out of these fights, but at the same time, Invoker is going to be. I don't know. It's going to be a very backwards and forwards game. Ooh. Little lag spike there. We'll just ignore that and move on with things. So, in we go. Good lucks are sent out. Down to the bottom rune we go. We got 4 heroes from the side of BlinkPool looking for this. And, doesn't look... Okay, so they're setting up Mikey in the middle lane. He wants to play versus the Invoker. That makes sense. Meanwhile, Adamson's down in the bottom lane on the carry role right now. Mastermind, of course, on the top on the Beastmaster. But these lanes, all right. Let's try and try and get back into our happy place. Right, so you got Invoker versus Brood. This is a Brood favored lane. Does pretty well versus that Invoker. Invoker just doesn't really have the early game power to bring down a Brood. Meanwhile, in the safe lane, we're gonna have Adamson versus what I assume will be Misery. Oh, Madara's down here right now, and Kesi's actually up top. Okay, so they're going to aggressive tri-lane into the Ember. I assume. Or maybe they just want to secure the rune. Hard to say. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to see. We'll speculate when things are down on the line, but yeah, very interesting lanes going on.
The battle begins.
2 for 2 on the runes. No big deal. As Case goes to the block. Mikey as well. Look at this build as well. Quelling Blade, Stout Shield, and 2 mangoes. Who needs stats, hey? Stats are overrated. Am I right? Oh, never mind. She goes back. Oh, no. Yeah, just going back for a salve. Yeah, stats are overrated, guys. Meanwhile, we have the creep block coming through. So that's what the clock was doing here. Misery just blocking up that wave. Maybe just roaming clock. Interesting. Coming to hang out in this middle lane for a bit. And down at bottom, Adamson and Solon versus Saxa and Madara. I don't think this is going to be too bad of a lane, honestly, for Adamson and Solon. I think they're going to be fine. They've got the Flame Guard, which should help up against the magic damage that's going to come out from Madara and Saxa. And they of course have the Shadow Word, which he actually uses aggressively onto Madara, which he will never regret because he's falling pretty low. But yeah, a bit of harass onto Madara. Always nice to see for support. Some blinking away at some CS. Oh, nice stun by Saxa onto 2. That's how you want to get your lane started. Get a couple more of those out, and your lane's going to be doing pretty well for itself. But there comes those Shadow Words, this early game heal. Pretty bananas, you know, 400 mana to start with. So that means he automatically gets 4. Bring 2 mangas, and that's 6 heals coming out. If my EU math is correct, it certainly is. And that's only at level 1. So as the other 2, as you level up and stuff gets cheaper, it's sufficient is what I'm trying to get at here. It's a very, very strong... This is the power behind this laning phase. Meanwhile, at top, they're going to have to throw back Misery. They don't want him to get this Cogs and the Battery Assault out. We'll do so anyway, as Basharik's taking quite a lot of harass right now. Is he going to go down? I think he just, well, might try to get the damage onto Misery, but it's Basharik who's going to drop. And Misery getting the axes thrown at him. Mastermind can't quite find him, though. Who's got the movement speed? It's 307 versus 312, but Mango axes. The clockwork does fall. But still, first blood, got extra gold. It's going to mean that it's very much worth it for BlinkPool. Great start to the game for them. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, we of course see Invoker struggling 7 last hits compared to 14 and 5 from Mikey. I mean, sometimes you just get brooded, and what else do they have? I mean, I feel like they've got decent answers in the mid game. Right now, their laning phase is going to suck, no doubt. Like, their laning phase against this brood, it's going to feel pretty bad, no doubt about it. But as life goes on, I think things will start to get easier, you know. You'll have Madara getting some items with these Moonglaves later on. What is it called? Lunar Blessing. Of course it's called Lunar Blessing. How did I forget that? What a terrible caster. Yeah, as you get more levels and items on this Luna, the brood's going to become less and less of a threat. Also, Lion, he's pretty good at dealing. You can even go Ags and just get the AoE Finger of Death and just finger the brood every time he sees him. Bit of harass just being switched up. And of course you've got the Invoker as well, who can just drop meteors. He's got no problem to dropping a meteor. Veno can throw down the venomous scales. I mean, it's wouldn't be enough to kill the spiders, I don't think, but you know, sometimes you just got to make the aggressive plays. Bottom lane though, Saxa falling pretty low and actually kills his teammate with those fatal bonds. Couldn't get away, and the Luna will fall. Alright, very big kill. Very big kill. And of course, that was the 1-1-1 build on the Ember Sphere. It just gives him insane kill potential early on. And the constant heals from Solon going to give them a natural advantage in the lane, which makes it so very hard to play against. Meanwhile, Kezu just farming up. 11-4 right now, though. Not an insanely good lane, but Mastermind on 20-2, so yeah. Things looking pretty good for Singularity in this laning phase. I thought it was going to be rough, but you know, I didn't mean every lane. Meanwhile, up at top, they're making the plays. They're going on to Kezu here, and Singularity will bring him down. Now, Misery finds himself all alone here, and can't really do a whole lot, and just gets taken down with Mastermind getting the double kill. So, this top lane, looking like a bit of a train wreck right now. I mean, alright, this is how quickly is this going to turn into a full protect Luna strategy? See how it goes.
No.
Solon, however, is all out of mangoes. That means all out of heals. Top Mastermind going for this rune. Misery coming in though. He's got that battery assault available. Gets Mastermind cut inside these cogs, and Mastermind getting punished for being a very greedy boy. Does get his bounty rune, but pays with his life. Not worth it. And Saxa comes into contact with Solon. Really wants to cancel his clarity. Will do so. No miss for you. Yeah, Adamson just kind of farming up. Of course, Madara does have a bit of a right-click advantage, so makes it kind of difficult for Adamson to out-CS her, but if they're just left one-on-one, then again, Ember does have the high kill potential. So Clockwork, though, he's going down in the middle lane. Mikey finds him and brings down the Clock. Where's Invoker? Invoker was farming. Okay, so Clock was just trying to sap XP at mid and died. Ouch. Anderson, I'm just going to heal him up so he can tank some creeps, but this lane phase has gone pretty quiet. 7 kills in 6 minutes. Not been quiet so far, but seems like things are slowing down a little bit. Maybe it's just because it's been so action-packed so far. Bashirk's just waiting in the tree lines. Wants to get the lift onto Misery. Rocket's coming out as Misery does his best to defend against Mikey, but Mikey's already taken his tier 1 tower. And they actually move Kezo to the mid lane now. Move Madara up top, and probably going to push Misery down bottom. No, they bring Invoker down bottom. The Quaswex Invoker. Alright, this is interesting. Down comes a cold snap, and is it enough damage to bring down the Ember, the Tornado, but the Fairy Fires are there. Adamson just staying alive through it all, and that Flame Guard protecting from the extra magic damage as well. Adamson will survive, so an unsuccessful rotation from Kaiser on this Invoker. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they bring it down the Venomancer. No one's allowed to come to this lane as Bashirk and Mikey just clean up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Up at top, Misery and Mastermind. Might be having a tussle. No, they're just hanging out. They're just hanging out. Meanwhile, Bashirk is chasing Saxa. Oh no. The battle of the supports, but I think Saxa's going to get away from this one. This game just keeps getting more and more awkward for BlinkPool though. I mean, you got to put all of your eggs into the Luna basket, but then you're also against a Broodmother. I mean, we talked about the fact that Luna can do well versus Brood, but still in a 1v1 situation, Brood will just run her down, and that's probably what she's going to be doing in these team fights. And as well, her ulti isn't that effective versus a Broodmother with all of these little spiderlings to absorb the lucent beams with, so gonna have to be a pure right-click battle. And yeah, she's going for the Mask of Madness. I feel like that's a nice item. skips out on the Eclipse as well. Level 1. Sorry, level 6. That makes sense to me. But let's look at some items. Oh, never mind. Wait. No? Okay. Beastmaster takes a bit of owies, but no big deal. Invoke with the Phase and Basilius. Not a fantastic game for him so far. Venomancer. He's got his treads. Wraithbound. No killer as of yet, but that's fine. Things are pretty normal. And then Brood, of course, the Medallion. And no boots. Just doing Brood things. Getting kills. And pushing down towers. Well, Saxa, he's just been running around this map on low health for such a long time now. He's just been hanging out. He doesn't care. He believes. Oh, Solon going for the pull through. Invoker being starved of any levels, any farm at all. Yeesh. It's slowing down. it's really slowing down. Are BlinkPool gonna try and make a move on someone? I mean, I'm not sure why they would. And yeah, she's still going for more points into Moonglaves over ulti. I just like she's prioritizing farming over killing right now. She realizes that she's Madara is pretty much the backbone of this BlinkPool lineup. So yep, TP out from Sol. Going to get his mana back at base as they are under a dire ward here. There's smoke. Yeah, there's smoke in that. Bashrak's thinking about something. And the fact that this game has basically lost all its momentum and falling back, you know, we haven't had a kill in 4 minutes now. I think that this kind of favors Singularity. Sorry, favors BlinkPool. Gives him a chance to get back into this game. Mikey as a Brood, you basically just want to be running over this game, and he was just farming up this helm of the Dominator. Does have the helm now, so yeah, push just became a lot more pushy. But they've got a Venomancer, they've got a Luna, they've got, you know, they've got the resources to deal with all of this push coming out. Misery. There's 4 heroes here. Let's see. They're just going to chop down these trees. And Misery exposed, caught with his pants down, and Singularity will take down the clock. And his cogs as well. Just get full value out of that kill. A little bit of extra gold, some sprinkles on top of your ice cream. That's what we like. Down at bottom, Madara and Kaiser just going to try and return with a bit of counter pressure of their own. Still no exhaust, so won't get the alacrity out, but that's fine. But mid is also not going to be under pressure. Mikey is not able to find the... I mean, Kaiser's just sitting here. He's set up shop. He's put down all of these plague wards, and you know, if you just, as a Venomancer, if you just go to the lane which the Brood is in, put down a bunch of plague wards, and there you go. Jobs are good. So, Kaiser gets tower at bottom. Radiant goes to everybody. Communism. Now it's going to be BlinkPool pushing away at this mid tower. Are they going to stop at top? They're certainly not. They're going to bring in Mikey as well to try and deal some damage to the tier 2. Get down that web, and Mikey can get to work. Meanwhile, mid though, Bashrak hanging around. He's picking up some plague wards of his own. In comes Mastermind. They see him cog slightly off the mark. Axe is going to follow. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen down here. However, Madara getting to work on the bottom tier 2 and the top tier 2. Yeah, Mikey comes back in for it. Okay, so they actually trade tier 2 for tier 2. This is so good for BlinkPool. You're against a Brood and you're trading evenly. That's not what Singularity are looking for here, and that's not what they should settle for. They need to force something, but it's so hard. When you got this Venomancer constantly pushing out the lanes.
Bottom tower is under attack.
The only thing which I'm worrying about is this Invoker is just looking like he's going to do absolutely nothing this game. What do you do?
Bottom tower
well, poke shot out onto Bashrak here, and with the battery assault, yeah, EMP will be enough to finish him off. So Kaiser finally gets himself on the board. They get the return kill onto Kezo at top, however, as Adamson jumps in. He get poisoned up an awful lot, but you know, he's got flame guard. He's not even going to slightly even fall low to that. Meanwhile, Brood going for the full pipe. I love this item actually on Mikey. So rather than just going full aggression, full kind of pub stomp the game build, he's going for the team build. You know, he's helping out his homies. And Sax actually forces Brood off the tower. Here's the thing, I feel like as a Brood, you want to take every opportunity you can get to just get some chip damage and get some unhealable damage to that tier 4 tower. Tier 3 tower. Is that not worth it? I mean, we'll pop over to net worth. Been hanging around on last hits. I mean, I do tend to do this for quite a while though, especially with Broods in the game and Lunas in the game, because it's really important to keep an eye on this, how the CS is going through, and of course how it translates to net worth is the most important thing, especially with these objectives going down. But we do see the hungry spider leading the charts, unsurprisingly. But Luna's 1,000, 2,000 gold behind. Luna's better at playing catch up, but at the same time, middle lane, Saxa goes down. Quick pick off from Mikey there. Basically just evaporated the poor guy. That's the thing, the line can't really turn up to a lane where Mikey's there, and Mikey can just eat away at these cogs, no problems at all. The creeps doing their work. And onto the high ground we go. Golem is popped even, going hard onto Keza and Misery here. Misery actually jumps in with the quick stomp, but they get the shout off and they bring down Kezi. Now that Dara's in, has the Eclipse, just doesn't have that many items yet for Aluna. They're going to bring down the Warlock Golem at least, so they get some... Oh, actually goes to the tower. Wow. Whoops. Gotta try and save that CS, guys. That's 100 gold up for grabs. Hasn't Invoker started playing catch up yet? Well, no. He has got the Spirit Vessel, so you know he can do some fancy stuff. He can put down the Cold Snap, Tornado EMP, Cold Snap. Spirit Vessel should be enough to bring down support, but definitely not posing a threat to the likes of Ember Spirit or Broodmother, or even Beastmaster, probably. Got some mouse-related issues, whether it's the peripheral kind or the animal kind, I don't really know, but we shall see. Underway very quickly. Ruby's got Lucent Beam. I mean, it's an okay spell to steal. Lucent Beam. There's definitely better spells this game, but yeah, long range stun. Why not? Six-second cooldown as well. 120 mana cost is... it's not too bad. Leveling up the null field is what I like to see. Not going for the levels in telekinesis, doing Fade Bolt into null field. I like this a lot, just because you're versus a Veno and an Invoker. Get that null field on defensive when you need it. Before with the aggression, they can just use it for the Ember Spirit to jump in with a Fire Remnant, followed up with a Fade Bolt, and then immediately even drop the Golem with it. And then immediately switch it over to defensive. That's the economical plays. Meanwhile, Luna looking for a BKB next. I mean, it's going to help out a bit. Helps being run down by the Ember. Oh, Solid. Could be in trouble. Nice stun from Saxa coming out. And, well, with this damage, they will be able to bring down the Warlock without too much difficulty. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mastermind. Oh, playing around Misery. Do they actually see each other? Yeah, okay, now they do. And the shout actually comes out as in comes Adamson, and they are going to assassinate this clockwork. So, Adamson, of course, as we hear, lightning and fire. And that's going to be the Maelstrom. And Mikey heading into this Roshan. He's got his creep army. He's looking to go. He's got a medallion as well. Mastermind comes in to offer his inner beast aura. And yeah, no problems at all taking this down. It's going to take a little bit of time, but with all the spiders she came into it with, it'll be fine. Meanwhile, Kaiser playing around with Bashruk here. Can they do the damage? The Cold Snap is returned back onto him. The Alacrity will be able to get the kill. Hellbear Smasher being a little bit annoying. He's got a Tornado if he really needs it, but I don't think he does. Lion, help! Well, dealing a lot of damage here, but of course that is 200 gold, so very much worth it. Now the cogs, the flare comes out, they see Roshan all too late. As Mikey takes his Aegis and will continue his broodmothering days. I like Clockwork going straight for this, the Solar Crest. I guess that's to counter the Broodmother's Solar Crest, or... probably just to save people who are being chased down. Evasion is really good against the Broodmother to this game, to be honest. It's got all these spiders, which are hitting, like, loads of them hitting, but just not for a whole lot of damage, so, you know, evade some of that, and, yeah, it's just damage reduction. Shout is out, it's going onto the Venomancer, and with the chains, and they'll be able to take down this cool. Poor old Kezi gets caught out. Mastermind using these rules to get what he wants in BlinkPool. They take a fall, they do.
Radiant structures are
They seem to be just kind of holding on for this game, you know, they're forcing Singularity to make these plays, to get aggressive on them, and Singularity, they were like, well, we don't need to do anything, we'll keep our map control, we'll get some items on Brood, and now they have this Pipe of Insight, and they've got the Aegis, and Adamson has his Blink and Maelstrom, so they're in a pretty good position to fight, I feel. Well, Madara will be able to stop this push. You know, we've got Kezu back in 2 seconds, so you can just TP. If they initiate on them, then Kezu can just TP into the middle of it all, get off a big ulti, and that fight's going to go very well for them very quickly, I feel. So Singularity read that, and they're just like, all right, we'll clear out. We've done what we wanted to. Did a fair amount of damage. Got like 50% damage onto that tower. Yeah, as I said before, like, this Pipe Brood seems really good to me because it's kind of this... Well, okay, I'll explain the two sides to it. Right? On the one hand, it means that your team can fight together, and you're now kind of the center point of your team's fight. Also, you've got it stacking with the null field, which has mean Kez is going to do absolutely nothing this game. And generally, you can team fight better. Now, on the flip side, however, Mikey's had this fantastic start to the game, and Pipe isn't one of these items which is going to make you, as a hero, destroy everybody. It's one of these items which is going to make your team have a big advantage in the team fights. I'm not entirely sure if that's what you want this kind of game. You know, if you're against a Luna, and if you're against, you know, when your hero is really strong, that's usually the best way to basically run high ground and just basically attack them. I don't know, it's a two-sided coin, but we do have the Brood going for the Pipe. Also really nice with the Helm, I guess. Help that creepy dominate just become a little bit more dominant. And we all like a dominant creep. The Veil is out. Is Mikey going to pop the Pipe? I don't think he has the mana to, in fact. No, he does not, so may lose a couple of creeps. Nah, they're fine. The insane health regen kicking in. And they're going to tier 3. Where is Madara? Oh, Madara. Squeak, squeak. Rat comes through. Now we have the shout, though. They're going in deep. They take out the Lion. Venomancer does get that ultimate off. Misery with a beautiful hookshot coming through, but Mikey can just run straight out of that one. Anderson inside doesn't really care as the Warlock Golem comes down. Meanwhile, at bottom, well, it's nothing. Luna gives up. They have held on to their racks, though. And the Ember Spirit actually fell in the middle of that as Saxa managed to bring him down. Now Saxa on the backlines playing around with Bashruk. They are able to save their barracks. And they take down the Ember with it as well. So, BlinkPool, yeah, reasonably good hold, I would say.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Very good hold, some might say. I'm actually very surprised that Luna didn't just stay, though. And I guess she just picked up a BKB, so it's kind of looking to run in and do a bit of damage, but... I don't know, interesting call from Madara to get back there. I'm quite surprised. Now they are going to spot out Mikey, or is Mikey going to spot out you? Going on to Kezu quickly, but there comes the Veil. Stun is out from Saxa as well. They're trying to play around with Mikey here. The Hex is out, and well, Warlock puts down the oh, Fatal Bonds, I mean. Tornado just about going to miss, but in comes Mastermind with the Roar. They're going to try and go for the Luna here, although Mikey kind of inside the cogs. BKB ultimate is popped. They bring down the Aegis. And the rest of the Lucid Beams will fall flat. Now they're going to go to Misery here as Mastermind sitting in the trees jumps out. Adamson's back in the fight as well. Leaping up onto the high ground. Madara needs to get herself out of this one. With the, yeah, it's going to be an easy escape from Madara, but not so easy from Kezu. Oh, Bashruk's there though. He's got the Lucid Beam. Madara in a lot of trouble right now. There's a whole team coming towards this Luna. They want this blood of her and her cat. Takes down the Hawk as needed, but Immediately blown up by Mikey. That was a big pickoff. No buyback available on Madara either. Did choose to get the that Yasha up instead. And now they might suffer for this. Meanwhile, nice wrap around the back as Saxa and Kaiser find the kill onto Selden. But their base is now under threat as the Brood comes in and they want to go for the barracks. They want to finish what they started. It's Kaiser just trying to walk past. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, don't mind me, please. And they will. Once again, mouse, okay. Again, still no clarification on whether it's a rodent or a piece of equipment, but we're going to assume it's a piece of equipment, and yeah. Looks like it's sorted out pretty quickly. Guess it's hard to play Dota if your mouse isn't working too well. Luna dead for 27 seconds, then the Venomancer dead for 15, and Urax are under fire. AC also up on the Broodmother. might like to add on that. On the backlines, Saxa goes in onto the Ember. Doesn't pay off though, as he just gets brought down very quickly. Going for the flashy plays perhaps. The backline pickoffs with the Invoker Tornado, but doesn't quite work out for them in the end. But you know, you gotta try it. You gotta try and make some space, otherwise you might lose 2 lanes of Rex. They lose 1. Luna is now back, as is the Veno, so this will be enough to force back Singularity, but they've taken what they came for. As they start to take more and more objectives in this game. And, you know, just look, this is a Luna effect, right? Luna's lane, 1 tower, 2 tower, 3 tower. Invoker's lane, Venomancer's lane, ooh, could be dead actually. Yep, oh, in comes the spiders, they're gonna do the damage. Down you go, Kezi. Mikey comes in, sinks his fans into the venomous carapace, and drinks deep as Kezi faces death. Yeah, Venomancer's lane, its tower took, you know, about 200 HP damage, so yeah, not good. But then again, they got a tier 3 on a lot of lanes, so, you know, pretty good. Alacrity out onto Madara, putting all of your X into the Madara hat, as we said before. But this Raw, very scary to play around. Madara, the last thing Madara wants is to pop the BKB, pop the Mask of Madness, go in, and then just get roared up in front of everybody. Now, well, Misery trying to play around the fight a little bit. EMP going to suck away all of this mana, of course. No more Aegis up on Mikey. Already popped to Madara, so they're going to hold once again, it looks like. As Singularity back out. They're really just trying to put so much pressure onto BlinkPool here, force them to make mistakes. Not happened so far, but maybe it still will. We'll see. Go on, do it. One man. Oh, okay, Adamson's coming in as well. You know, I love it when pro supports take a shrine all to themselves. Just find it funny. Well, Kazu once again gets to defending duties. Seems to have been his whole game is just defending lanes which have been pushing into him. He doesn't even have the net worth to show it. 8.4k. I think he's died quite a lot though. Currently sitting on 0 and 8 Kezu. New contender for the Melk Award, perhaps. It's been a rough old game. Hold on, Kezu. This stormy seas will end soon. But unfortunately, it might be you sinking. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, okay. We're gonna have a bit of action. BlinkPool have found the confidence and they're gonna go for something. Now Adamson, he doesn't have the boots to travel, so he will have to TP back to this one. And here they go, they're going on to the Broodmother. This is a fantastic kill. Should they be able to get it? In comes a Golem, though the hook shot into it. It's gonna hold the Broodmother down, and they do find that kill. Nice plays from us. And now onto Madara, however. Madara's dropping low to all of these creeps. Needs to be careful here. BKB running out as Adamson comes in, looking for the kill onto the Luna. Can he find it? He's chasing her down. Meanwhile, on the backside of the fight, Kezi's going to drop. Doesn't find the kill onto Mastermind, but the Sunstrike does. Madara being run down by Adamson. However, this gank has gone pretty darn wrong as they lose 4 heroes on the side of BlinkPool. It looks so good for them as they took down the Brood. And then it just went so bad so quickly. They couldn't find the targets. They couldn't find the kills. And it's going to be Singularity pulling ahead once more. How did Ember Spirit must have had a Remnant up nearby that I didn't spot. That's the only way he could go into the fight that quickly. Unless, I mean, I guess if he just kind of blinked and Remnanted over, I mean, that's the power of the Blink Dagger, maybe. Fatal Bonds is out. Adamson going in onto the Lion here and just brings him down, and Misery drops as well. Supports just get annihilated here. Well, I mean, Sunstrike onto Adamson. He's falling low-ish, but Case is all out of Spirit Vessel charges as Mikey finishes up these racks. 2 lanes of barracks down. Just look at bottom, though. We still got a tier 1. Alright, something needs to be done about this Roshan. Unfortunately, your Clockwork's dead for 17 seconds, and they're going to kill Roshan in half that time. It doesn't matter what needs to happen. It matters what does happen. Double medallion? Okay. I'm assuming Beastmaster's going for the Soul Crest. Nope, okay. I'm just going to sit on double medallion. Doesn't stack in case you're wondering. Oh, Saxa. Going for the Arcane Rune. Now he's got to get roared up. In comes Misery. Hookshotting onto his buddy. Saxa actually gets out of this. Nope, nope, never mind. Never mind. Somehow Rubik found Finger of Death. And Sword's going to get taken out by Madara on the backlines, but now the BKB has come out. The Spider and the Ember Spirit going to work here as that ultimate is popped. Madara just dropping so low to everybody. The whole of Singularity chasing down the Luna, get her on the high ground, and bring down the Cat Lady. And now Kazu drops as well, and it's just Misery finding out versus the Ember Spirit, but I feel like, well, they got the buybacks available, but they are so far behind at this stage. 11k, 12k, and Singularity just have so much. Burp, I'm not sure if that's indigestion from the cheese or indigestion from just devouring BlinkPool in that fight, but one way or the other, Singularity have their bellies full and hearts full of fire as they go for the engine. They're going for the final push. They want to take down BlinkPool here. They need this Luna buyback and they need it now. Otherwise, they're going to lose their Lion as he gets stunned up, axed up. He gets taken out. No protection used for that Lion. And Kazu as well, he's going to use the Yules, but what's he have? He can pop down one. No, he can't even do anything. Madara jumping in with the Eclipse, trying to get something done. But, I mean, Saxa falls again. Madara's doing okay. Takes down one, but drops herself. GG's. Got to be called in a minute now. Fighting till the last minute. I appreciate that. BlinkPool holding on. They're going to drop the Golem onto Misery, though, and GG, well played is called. This series, this best of 1, it's going to go to Singularity. And, well, sometimes, you just get brooded. Okay, we're gonna, oh, okay, he disconnected at least, there's a pause. Yeah. Right, apparently we're gonna watch the throne die. Sure. Well, Case is not, Case is gone. He's out of here. Alrighty, well. That was a game of Dota 2. I'm not sure how else to put it. I mean, that was really a case of just no answer to the Broodmother. Their lanes just did not go well, and they didn't really find the they didn't find the momentum. Once it starts falling against the Brood lineup, you know, you need that miracle team fight. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen for them. Poor old Madara did his best on the Luna, tried its very darndest to find themselves a team fight. And Valkyrie managed to come back into the game a little bit, you know, 9k net worth. I mean, somehow Kezi had more net worth, but their items don't really look like it. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, a pretty solid dismantling from Team Singularity. They're going to be very happy about that one. Really using these heroes, you know, the more meta heroes perhaps. And yeah, this Invoker pick just got absolutely ruined. I'm always wary to pick an Invoker before you see your enemy mid laner, and even if they thought it was the Ember, you know, just didn't work out for them, unfortunately. Kai'Sa not able to pull the weight as Invoker and Madara, and not able to carry the team on his shoulders, and poor old Kazu and Misery, 1 in 10 and 1 in 11 respectively, so pretty violent showing from Team Singularity, but well, we are on to our next game, and I think I might have my teammate coming back up, as it's Final Tribe versus Singularity coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular